What is going on, people? Now this is going to be a highlight from the previous KvK. There is actually a couple of things that I want to upload from that previous KvK, and some of them actually happened after I got done streaming, so I will be editing that up and posting it. Now on this one, I actually did join a little late, but we were rallying a target that the whole kingdom was pretty much going after, and they started at over 1 billion might. Now at this point they were down to like 900 million might, but they had already capped most of the leaders, so they were kind of just trying to rally at this point just to burn them and get the main rally leaders back. But as I recall, there was still way too many troops in that dang castle, because the dude started at over 1 billion, and just wait until you see the actual might that they end up with. So there's the guy Rambobo. He actually ended up second place in this KvK. Now he came in second place because there was another person that came in first, and don't worry, there will be a video on that one as well. But at this point we were just kind of trying to see what we were going to go with, and here we go. This is when we're going to go ahead and start marching, and there we go. We're gonna go ahead and hit, and boom, there goes the fire. Most of the rally leaders that the leader was captured went ahead and got released there, and there's also some rallies set on them, just kind of waiting on us to hit. So we got them down to 863, and literally only like a couple of troops survived on that one. There's actually another rally walking in, and what was that one? Therm 23, and they were also going ranged, and they got capped. So I'm not really sure what happened there, because I believe we also hit with ranged, but they didn't survive. Maybe they didn't send siege. Not really sure exactly what happened there, but at that point pretty much all of their infantry was chewed up. So the rest was pretty much just running range or infantry, and you were pretty much just gonna do as much as you could. There was another big hit right there, 710. That was a huge drop. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you the hit, that our previous hit. So they still had 27 million plus troops. We got 3.3 million dead, and keep in mind that that was after a couple of hits. I believe they started somewhere in the 40 million troop range. So yeah, and of course, as you can tell, we did shoot up about half of their infantry. So that's why I'm confused as to why the next guy that went with range got captured, unless they didn't go with an infantry wedge, or like I said, maybe they didn't send like siege. A lot of those things are really important when you're leading rallies, because they will make a huge difference. But once he burned, and once all the main rally leaders of everybody was coming back, like at that point you can tell, like, look, there's so many rallies set at this point that it was just a foregone conclusion as to when this guy was either going to come online and shield or just get completely destroyed. Now Sugarbane is going to be leading this one. That looks like an infantry rally, although I believe there was still some cavalry left, but when you have that kind of gear, well, it doesn't really matter. And then I believe after this, most of the rallies were infantry. It wouldn't really make sense to not be an infantry rally at that point. And at this point, the dude is just dropping mad might, like, oh my goodness. Now there was another one there that I think got capped, or I'm not really sure what happened, but they actually smoked them. They did not burn, but that next one definitely burned. And here we come. I honestly thought that we were gonna get the leader, or the prisoner, if you will, but no, we actually did not, and it was because of siege. But more importantly, look at the might on this guy. He started at probably around 1 billion plus, and look at his might now. Like, that's insane. So our hit only killed 1 million, which, if you think about it, you're like, but how? And it was because he had pretty much 1 million ballistas. Like, really? You had 1 million siege? Okay. So I mean, that was kind of unfortunate that we weren't able to get any more kills on that. But there was also something else that was very important. Now you see here that everybody's kind of amp piling on them, and I mean I'm just trying to click on this, right? And I'm like, well, why is everybody attacking? Like, what's going on? Because obviously I didn't scout because I wasn't trying to get him online. But oh my god, the resources! This dude has 4 billion gold. 4 billion gold. Yes, please. Now, I am also going to be sending a message. Make sure you don't hit the wrong castle, because here's what ends up happening usually, right? When the whole kingdom is raiding one castle, like it is right now. First of all, it is so hard to click on the dang castle. Now, one trick that I have found is that if you zoom in as much as you can and try to click on the edge of the castle, you'll usually have the best bet. Also, when you click on it, double check the name, the might, everything, because it is so easy to try to click on it and actually click on the person that's right next to them, and there goes the easiest 250,000 T4s that you will ever lose. Like, that's just easy peasy. Also, one thing that I have also noticed is that when this is happening, it's really good to try and see where everybody is marching from and try to kind of like pick a weak spot, like where not as many troops are coming in from, because now I'm kind of getting into the groove of kind of like clicking on that one edge and it's a little bit easier. But I'm usually not one to go through the trouble, especially like this, of trying to get as much resource as I can. But when I saw this 4 billion gold, especially since it's from another kingdom, I couldn't pass that up. Now, the good thing is that these resources were definitely going to be needed, because there was another castle that we definitely wanted to zero. But I mean, there's just so much resource. And also, if you did not know, when you are going to be gathering resources like this, or I guess technically this would be considered stealing or looting, whatever you want to call this, make sure that you put in your gathering gear, because it does actually make a difference. Once they start running out of one resource, you're actually going to start getting more of the other resources. So this was actually one of those rare times where at the end of it, you're not mainly collecting food or like wood or something. It was actually like actually gold. I don't really understand why they had so much gold out. Like, I don't really know of any situation where you would need 4 billion gold out, unless you're like going for Baron, or hell, not even Baron. Maybe like Emperor is the only thing that I'm like, yeah, I need 4 billion gold. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he wasn't a bank, because I mean, he's a billion might and he had all those troops, so I don't know. It's not the ideal bank. He definitely can't hold food, not with what he had anyway. So I don't know. It was just kind of odd. But as you can tell, my gold is just skyrocketing. I think I started with pretty much no gold, and if you think about, I walked out with like 100 million plus. He still has a billion gold, by the way. And if you think about all the people that were actually able to loot him, all the guild mates, etc., like we at least walked out with 1.5 billion gold out of this. Like, yeah, it was just very productive. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stream it, because when it was going down, like it was just one of those moments where I'm like, wait, we're rallying what? Who? And I just had to like start recording, but unfortunately could not stream it. But at the end of the day, we were able to get the 0. We were able to get all the resources. I believe also that he shielded right after all the resources were done. So it was like, are you serious? Yeah, like right there, he's completely dry. But look at that, 21 million gold, pretty much 22 every attack. Oh, that was so good. But yeah. Anyway, shout out to all the guilds here that participated on that 0. Like I said, there is going to be another 0 that we got to talk about in another video, probably the video after this one. But I'm just going to go ahead here and show you how it all went down. So you're going to see pretty much all the guilds that participated on this. We got DG1, SGM, we got YSF, Ha, and then also we SGB. So there were so many parties here that were involved. So that definitely gave our kingdom a lot of points, but I mean it did get them to second place, so it did give them quite a bit of points. But it was such a mismatch that it wasn't even that big a deal. Like, we were gonna win regardless. But yeah, appreciate you guys for watching. By the way, the main guild is recruiting. Put up the information right here. And until later, bye.